Hello and welcome to Friday Flowers. Today we're going to do a tangle called Henna Drum. I'm going to make my frame by following around my tile. Now, drawing henna drum is pretty easy, but making it into a full flower requires a little bit of changes and thought. So I think what I'm going to do here is make my flower. I want to make sure that I have a stem, so it doesn't have to be that long. So I want to start my flower probably right there. That should be good. Okay. Alrighty. So to draw a henna drum, what we're going to do is we're going to make a straight line and make a half moon. Okay, and then, oh, I can't do it this one because it's so small. And then color that in. And since you're coloring it in, if you need to make some adjustments or anything to make it more like what you want it to look like, this is a fine time to do that. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to aura this. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to make some petals. So we're going to go up, make a couple of waves, and then come back down. So up, make some waves, and then come down. Up, make some waves, and come down. Okay, I'm going to do this side now. Up, make some waves, and come down. Now, I want to try to have full petals when I reach this imaginary line that is going to separate the pieces of henna drum. So I am going to do a full petal here and end on that line. So 1, 2, 3, that imaginary line right there. And I'm going to do the same with this one. 1, 2, 3. And that is your basic henna drum. Another thing that we usually do with henna drum is put some little flicks in the middle. Okay. We also like to aura it, but I'm not going to do that just yet. So now I'm just going to flip this over and I'm going to do the same thing. Then make my crescent moon and I'm going to connect it, and then I'm going to make my aura and connect those as well. So sometimes you may need to just kind of make sure that you connected it in the right place there. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did before. So we're going to go up, have some waves, and come down. Go up, have some waves, and come down. And you can connect it like that. still a little messy there. There, that's better. Okay, we're going to put our flicks in. And now we're going to aura this henna drum flower. So I'm going to start right here. And I'm just following the waves and the curves of the dips and the flower petals. I'm going to close that off. And then draw my stem in. Make a curvy stem. Put a little V in there. Okay, well, we'll have a little shading right there since my V didn't turn out very good. Okay, and now that is your basic henna drum. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shade it. It's very easy shading. I'm going to put a little graphite here around that aura that we did. I'm going to blend that around. And now I'm just going to blend it out kind of. So I'm going to blend it like in a circle, but just blend it out a tiny bit into that petal. So it's still going to be darker right here, but then it's going to blend out into there. And then you get a choice. You can either color the aura in with a pen or color it in with a pencil. And I think I'm gonna ink it in. Yeah, I'll ink it in. Well, that's inked in, so I guess I don't want to do that. I'm going to shade it with the pencil instead. Just smoothing it out. I'm not trying to really spread the graphite anywhere. Okay, and since I tried to do that little V and my ink got away from me, I have this here, and I think I'm just gonna make this a little bit longer and then just kind of fade it out like that. There we go. That doesn't look so bad. Okay, and now I'm going to use my PN to make the frame. So I went a lot over the frame this time, which if you've watched my videos before, you know is something that I really like to do. I'm going to use my PN to vary the weight of my frame, pressing down in some places, lifting up in others. Okay, and there's my frame. And I'm gonna add a little bit something more to the frame today. I'm gonna add with my 01 a couple of figure 8s on the line. So they're gonna look like this. They look like little petals. And there we go. That is Henna Drum. And then you can see on this one that I did here, I inked around the entire Henna Drum aura so that you can see what kind of the difference is between inking the aura and then just doing the pencil. And you can see like right here, this is that little V that I was trying to make here that didn't really work out, but that's okay. So that's how the two different ones look. I tend to prefer that one right there with the aura in pencil and not in ink.